Hey guys, it's Katana. Today we're going to be making a substance called ooblek, and I learned this in my summer camp. It is this really cool slime type of thing where if you hold it and you're moving it around or you put a lot of pressure on it, it's hard, and if you let go of it, then it'll just fall through your fingers. But it's really cool, and let's find out how to make it. So what you will need is a bowl or something to mix it in. In this recipe, I'll be using half a cup of water. Something to stir with, I'm just using my chopstick. And in this recipe, it will be half a cup of cornstarch. But the cool thing about this is that you can add any amount of cornstarch, or I think corn flour, but I don't know. I know that cornstarch definitely works, but you can add any amount that you want and then just slowly add water to it. But I'm going to be using a recipe amount. So you want to add your half a cup into the bowl. Now, slowly add water to it. So just add little bits of water at a time and then mix. And at the beginning, it should be really easy to just mix this up. But you want to keep on adding water to it. And just keep on mixing it. And eventually it'll get really hard to mix. And that means that it is working. And if your cornstarch gets stuck in one corner, you want to try to add it to the liquid. And the liquid will probably be hard to stir, but that means that it is working. You can add food coloring to this. You can add food coloring in your water to color it. I forgot to do that, so, I'm actually just gonna add that right now. I added 7 drops of purple food coloring to this, but when it gets really hard to mix, it's going to seem like it's impossible to mix with your stirring stick or your spoon or whatever you're using. So eventually you're going to have to use your hands to mix this. So you're gonna have to get kind of dirty, especially if you have food coloring in it. But if it's really dry and crusty like this, then you're gonna want to add more water. And just keep on mixing, and I'll show you what it looks like in the end and what it should look like when you are done making this. Okay, so this is what it should look like when it's done. This will get your hands very messy, but it easily comes off with water. This is what it should look like. It should look like a liquid. And it should feel like a liquid too. You can stick your fingers in it. But it'll be really hard to pick up. And then once you get some, you can roll it around like it's a ball. You toss it back and forth between your hands. I'll show you it right here actually. Okay, so you can get a big chunk of this and you can roll it around in your hands. You can make a ball. You can pretty much do whatever you want with this. You can picture it as slime or as clay. You can rip it apart and then put it back together. This can pretty much, you can do anything with it except when you let go, it just melts down, kind of like how slime does. But I find this a lot of fun, and it'll be a lot of fun for kids to play with. It is pretty messy though, because you can see it's falling off on my fingers, and it's falling all over the table. But it is very fun. You know, you have a ball, you have something to play with, and then you have something that's going to fall in between your fingers. But it's a lot of fun to play with, and it's extremely easy to get off. Just cold water, and it will rinse right off. But yeah, that's how to make ooblek. I hope you enjoyed, and if you make this, have fun with your solid to liquid changing clay monster thing. Hope you had fun. I hope you I hope this helped you, and if you make this, that you have fun with it. Goodbye. Bye. No. Ah.